Okay, I gotta go into the recording.
Got it.
What's up, Radioheads? You know I'm Mel Man, and I'm here with Brendan Cooke, the founder of Sunday Swim. What is Sunday Swim? I went there once, but why don't you tell us what it is? It's very interesting.
Oh man, thank you for thank you for having us today. I truly appreciate it. Sunday Swim, we're a community based on strength and vulnerability, pursuing a happier, healthier, and more vital lifestyle. We gather every Sunday at Robert Moses Field 5 to do a community cold plunge where we practice mindfulness, breathing, and cold therapy. Um, what started as a few guys just trying to find their way in life and swimming the ocean has turned into a real family, um, a place of hope where people can come to and know that maybe they haven't always had the easiest life, but this is somewhere they can escape to find out who they are truly and learn more about themselves, learn how to overcome their fears and anxieties, and live a happier, healthier, more vital lifestyle. We practice the cold therapy, but we also hold events where we'll do some yoga, some breathing exercises, and we'll talk about the benefits of sauna use and some other health benefits with diets and workout programs, stuff like that sorts.
Mhm.
But all in all, we're a community that gathers at Rob Moses Field 5 to do a community cold plunge every single Sunday.
So why should I go back to Sunday Swim? Because I didn't jump in the water. I was also on like 7 hours sleep in 2 days. So, to do it tired.
Mm-hmm.
So why should I go back to Sunday Swim and actually jump in the water this time? Hmm.
I'll tell you this. I started swimming because I wanted to change the world. And I believe that one person can do that. And change starts within. Change starts
Hmm.
with mind and our perceptions shape our thoughts shape our reality, right? When I went into that cold water, I entered as a boy, and I think that it has turned me into a man.
Wow.
Um,
It grows
I
hair.
learned it grows hair. Yeah, look, I got a little bit here, a little bit on the chest too. um, but that's really just more of the saying. I think I
Mhm.
entered there with unknown, with a lack of trust, a lot of fears and anxieties. And the cold has shown me how to learn more about myself. It showed me who I truly am. It instantly activates stress while I'm prepared. And
Mhm.
now I can understand how I respond to the stress while I'm in it. While I'm in the depths, where does my head go? Where do my thoughts go when I'm in that moment? Am I going to
Mhm.
cower out and try and run away from it? Or am I going to use this medium to understand who I am at my deepest level? Where do I go when I'm scared? How do I react?
Mhm.
And I've been able to use those practices in real life, whether it's at work, whether it's in a relationship with my friends or my family or significant other. I now have more consciousness and I can control my emotions better. So now I'm actively deciding how I'm going to react to a situation. Um, so it helps you change. And if you want to
Yeah.
change the world, change starts within. So that's why you should come back to the beach because it's going to help you change yourself and in turn change the world. Help one person, help one life. That's all that matters.
Yeah, controlled reactivity
Mm-hmm.
because, I used to be a trainer full time and I have noticed my discipline's gone down a bit since getting away from these trainings because the last time I did a scheduled training with me or anybody has been a long time. But when you have these sessions of expected unpleasantness or
Mm-hmm.
you have to deal with the emotions and you have to control how you respond and also if you're putting yourself in situations that are physically painful a couple times a week, well, when life throws you painful things or someone says something you don't like, perhaps I think people who are very well practiced in fitness and cold plunge can be a part of the fitness, they're a lot smoother when it comes to the responses. And I find that these people are more likely to respond intelligently than lash out and get themselves in situations accidentally that out of control people tend to do. So that's one benefit I see.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, we're learning how to choose our reaction, actively react, and instead of just letting the situation control us, it's giving us control back into ourselves, back in our minds. So it's definitely has many benefits.
Now, here's a long question. Now, okay, I've benefited immensely from a few infrared saunas. I actually own one, but I've only done a few. And afterward, I felt euphoric for several hours to the point where I don't even want to go to sleep because I feel so good. So that's the benefits of the heat. And when I used to go to Equinox and Washington sports clubs in DC, I used to shower, I do a hot steam, I go cold. I go hot, steam, then cold shower, hot, steam, cold, at least three times back and forth. And immediately I noticed that I would look less swollen in the face, in the body, and I'd usually have to pee, which is a sign that you're expelling
Mhm.
something. And they say that this detoxes you because it's expanding your lymph, it's expanding everything, and then it contracts. It expands and contracts, expands and contracts. When we do this to the body, it detoxes amongst other things. So, what are some of the tangible benefits from jumping to the ocean with friends and other excited Long Islanders? So, what are some success stories and benefits?
Okay, so I'll tell you this: the cold water increases your dopamine levels by 250%,
Well,
which is the happiness hormones. It decreases your cortisol levels with the stress hormone for several hours post plunge. It increases your mental clarity. It improves blood flow. It boosts your immune system. I haven't gotten sick since I started doing this, which is about 2 years now, and I
wow.
credit it to the cold. Um, it boosts your energy levels immensely. My sleep quality has also improved. I used to be someone that struggled going to bed and having a solid sleep.
Mhm.
You wake up in the middle of the night. Now, my sleep is incredible, which sleep is super important. People underestimate how vital it is to their lifestyle. Um, Overall, it truly helps you regain control of your emotions. And I think that's the most beneficial part. Um, but it leaves you feeling incredible. The rest of my day after a plunge is always the most beautiful thing. I
Mhm.
feel ready to attack the day. I feel like I can conquer all things. My confidence is through the roof. I just did something that was so hard that people think is crazy. But I'll tell you this, I found myself in that cold water. So cold water has many benefits, and I think if you just try it out, you'll see for yourself how good it can be for your life.
Mhm. I mean, just watching you guys jump into the water, my whole day, I got so many things done that day. I went to Whole Foods, I got all this garlic once in a while. If I don't feel well, I'll do something I call garlic therapy. I'll just eat a ton of garlic. And then if I feel like I'm getting sick, I don't get sick. So that's another way to not get sick, eat a lot of garlic. But I definitely had a bit of a buzz. The beach itself and listening and
Yeah.
being in one with the water will do that too. So there's a lot of benefits you can get while cold plunging, more benefits, I would say, at the ocean than just in a tub because, the ocean alone has a lot of benefits. Now, every action leads to another action, for better or for worse. So, what things are you doing now after doing multiple cold plunges? I'm guessing you've done probably hundreds by now. What are some things you do now that you didn't do before you started cold plunging?
It's a great question. Um, First thing I actually did on my path to like self improvement was practicing self talk. Like, what is
Mhm.
my communication like with myself inside my head? What are the words that I am holding to be true about myself? And I realized how negative they were.
Hmm.
Um, so actively now I choose my thoughts. Just as I would pick my clothes out through the day, I choose my thoughts. And then I got into the cold therapy. So the cold therapy opened up a whole new life to me. That's when I started going into the saunas, the steam rooms, really stretching more, getting in the sun, eating a healthy diet, which is I have a lot of fruits, a lot of meats. Um, I don't eat much at all processed foods. The sauna is great for you. Like you were saying before, the contrast therapy, it's
Hmm.
awesome. Contrast is great, and the sauna is also great for your sleep quality. Because Dr. Andrew Huberman speaks on this a little bit. He's one of my favorite guys.
Hmm.
Uh, he tells you the reason why the sauna is so good for you is because your body temperature actually decreases by a few degrees before while you're going to bed. So the
Hmm.
sauna, it increases your body temperature and then it comes back down to the baseline. So if you want to improve your sleep quality, I definitely recommend doing the sauna. But
Mm.
I became more mindful in my everyday process. I wake up now and the first thing I do is make my bed because that's a
Hmm.
win. That's the first win of the day. If you don't have a clean
Hmm.
room, the rest of your life's going to be a mess. You get in, and then the next thing I do, boom, immediately, I open up my hips. I get them moving for the day because all life starts in the hips.
Hmm.
And then I get into the cold plunge, and now I learn how to get my breath. And then I go into my horse stance. I get the blood flow back into my body. You typically will wait a little while to eat because I think my body works better when I'm
Hmm.
hungry.
Me too.
Um, yeah, I think it speaks volumes. A lot of people practice it. It comes back to that DNA, right? When we go for a hunt, we'd go on a hunt. They would do it while they're starving because it's just more hungry. And I've been practicing
Oh,
that.
interesting.
Yeah, and it's. I think it's really powerful. The more I've noticed is that I perform better when I'm hungry,
Me
and so
too.
like
Yeah.
I'll never really plunge before like after I eat a big meal or something.
Yeah,
Um,
no, that sounds horrible.
yeah, but pretty much it's just put me on the path to wanting more out of life, to expecting more, demanding more. I know how capable I am and how powerful I truly am from the cold water. I'm capable of
Hmm.
all things, powerful beyond measure, and so are our brothers and sisters to the side of us. And if we can inspire one other individual and help them have a better life, I think this is a project has been a success. And the cold water really has just put me on the right path, and it's brought me back into my family, build a relationship with my family. That's truly a beautiful thing that not many people have. And
Yep.
my father does it with me.
I saw. That was cool.
Yeah, he's turning 60 this year, and he's a
Oh.
prime example. He was terrified of the cold, thought it was going to give him a heart attack. Not many people truly understand the benefits of the cold. There's a lot of
Hmm.
negative stigma to it. People say, "Oh, it's very dangerous for you. It's very dangerous." I think it's very dangerous if you have underlying conditions, which
Hmm.
I do recommend you go to the doctor prior to actively participating in cold plunging, just to be cautious. You know, um, but the greatest fears are in your head. It's
I want
not
to
in
hear
that
more
cold.
about this cleaning your room because I'm big
Yeah,
on this. I don't know if you can see the back of my house. My house is it's generally in order. I mean, I have a place for almost everything. If it's a mess, it's usually an organized mess. Now, there's a few people I know who they don't know where anything is at any time. They're constantly losing things. Their rooms are messes. So, what do you think? What's your whole thought on this? Keeping your home or house or room clean
so I
versus
read this book.
messy?
My college roommate gave me this book, and my room was a mess.
Okay.
And my life was a mess. And
Mm.
he was telling me, he's like, listen, I read this book, I listened to this podcast, I read it nearly like once a month. Because if you can keep your room clean, it will activate a desire and a passion for the rest of your day. It gives you a reward, right? So
Hmm.
now you feel accomplished after making your bed. I feel like, okay, I did something. I won. Now I'm hungry. I want to get another win. Okay,
Hmm.
so let's do our laundry. Let's get another win. Let's have a
Mm.
clean space so my thoughts can be clear. Okay. If I have a messy room, it will show in your life. You'll leave
Yeah.
loose ends either in work or in relationships.
Hmm.
And to me, that's if you can't keep your room clean, that's a big problem. It's a big problem. So I just think that's something that everyone should be actively doing is making your bed first thing in the morning, making sure there's no clothes on the table, no food, no drinks left in your room. Make sure you can dominate your own domain.
I like
That
that. Dominate your own domain. Yes, I like that a lot. So we have a few more. We have about 5 minutes left. So
yeah,
I'm all about maximizing time usage. As you can see, I'm hydrating, which, is kind of a no-no on any show. You're not supposed to be like drinking this much water, but whatever. I'm trying to stay hydrated while we do this interview. So
love it.
the last time I went to Sunday swim, the only time, I wore ankle weights. I did a few exercises. I figured let's try to get some exercise in. Afterwards, I ate some garlic salad, lemon, ginger water. I used the energy boost to do a bunch of gardening in my backyard and to do some videos, and which I actually got some roles from the video. So it was a very productive day, and being around you guys was contagious energy. See, these are all things that I benefited from before like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm not a morning person, so that's pretty good. So, what are some ways to really maximize a Sunday swim attendance to get the most results and most bang for your buck, aside from wearing ankle weights
All right,
and eating garlic?
if you want to have the maximum results, I would say again, it starts in the morning. Make sure you make your bed.
Hmm.
Be practice gratitude. Say thank you to the people around you. Um, I go outside first thing in the morning. I get my feet in the grass. I really connect with the earth, and then I plan out the rest of my day. A lot of people, they like to use those blocks on their
Hmm.
calendars. So we'll
Hmm.
set up, okay, from 9 to 10, that's gonna be for me.
Hmm.
I'm gonna make sure that I'm practicing my mindfulness. I'm going outside. I'm getting in the sun, and I'm setting my intentions for the rest of the day. How do I, me as someone who's leading it, the group, I handle that swim a little differently than I would as a participant.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
because I need to make sure that I have everything in line. The
Hmm.
people that are coming are all set. So but on a basic note, I set my intentions for the day, and then I get to it. You know, People spend so much time trying to plan out their day and making sure that everything's going to be perfect. I think you just got to attack it. You got to
Hmm.
go
Hmm.
after it and just be active and be perfect in the situations that you can be. But don't consume too much about being perfect in every single situation. You just got to show up. That's half the job, is showing up, and then just
Hmm.
being there in the moment. Don't worry so much about showing people that you're at the swim or I'm doing this as a community, and be existing in that moment. I would say that you should introduce yourself to every single person at the swim. It's great to shake a hand, say hello.
Hmm.
It's great. You can do that in real life too. If you can just say hello, that goes a long way. I would take a moment with the water, say thank you to the earth for what it's given us. It gives us so much and ask for nothing in return. And I would let go of everything you believe to be true.
Hmm.
Uh, just be completely in that moment and embrace the unknown and let go and take the leap of faith, and then sit with the thoughts. Don't try and fight the emotions. It's okay to cry in that water. There's someone next to you that will take care of you, will hold you there and tell you that everything will be okay, because we're one community, one love, and we'll be there for you if you're struggling. We'll pick you up if you're down, raise your chin up. So go there, introduce yourself to some people, say thank you to the earth, say thank you to the people around you. Let loose, have some fun, dance around, sing, play like a kid, enjoy life, and spread love, because that's what we were born to do.
Well said. Well said. These are a lot of really good reminders, and your positive energy is definitely contagious. So thank you for that. So I'm just gonna, well, I'll see if I can fit in one more question, but
Yeah, I got to do
one
good on that
comment.
too.
Well, it seems like you're definitely doing a lot of good. I mean, yeah, you're leading a good group, and you did a great job as a leader. I think you're in your young 20s, I was
Yeah, I'm
told.
23.
Yeah, I taught workout classes when I was 24, 25. I thought you did a really good job at leadership, and
Thank you.
you're a lot younger than me. I think you're 15 years younger than me. So great, great, great job. Not that I'm the authority on teaching anyone. But one quick comment, in the acting world and modeling and stand up, there's a lot of stimulant usage, whether it's Adderall or cocaine or whatever. So the dopamine, you said that your dopamine increases 250%.
250%. Uh-huh.
So instead of doing one of these things to get your dopamine, you could just jump in the cold water and then do your comedy set.
I'll tell you this. It is a perfect replacement if you're someone that chases a high.
Hmm.
Even myself, you're always chasing something. And that chase is specific to an individual, um, whatever whatever their vice is. But the cold water is is a healthy replacement that can put you on the right path. And that those energy levels are attainable without using drugs. The
Hmm.
happiness levels are attainable. You know, the warm hug that a drug can give you is attainable. It's we think that we have to use a drug just to feel better, to feel more alive. It's not true. Everything that you need is out there. You just got to find the right community to do it with, or the right people, or change yourself. You
Right.
know, and for me, this community, everything I was chasing prior to being there, I found in this community. I found the love that I was chasing. I found that high I was chasing.
Hmm.
I found the warm hug. I found the trust. It was just, it's given me everything. And I think it's given other people a new outlook on life,
I
you
could
know?
definitely see that. Definitely see that. And I'm gonna check out Sunday Swim eventually again, maybe this coming weekend if my podcast Saturday night doesn't kill me. Because you don't want to, well, at least for me, I don't want to jump in a cold body of water on 4 hours sleep. Having a nice sleep helps because then it helps to regulate the body temperature afterwards. So, and also I would say probably don't do it hungover, but also it could probably help with a hangover, but your body, you are going to feel hot and cold in all types of ways if you're hungover because
I'll
your
tell you
body
this,
temperature goes off.
it is the best cure for a hangover. So if you're listening and
Hmm.
you're a big drinker, you hop in that cold water the morning after, you will be set for the rest of the day. I promise you that. You'll get everything out in that moment.
And on that note, please tell our listeners your Instagram, your website, say it all so
Yeah.
everyone can hear
So
it.
check us out on Instagram, Sunday Swim X. We're on YouTube, Sunday Swim. We are check us out on our website, Sunday Swim
TikTok?
X.com. We are on TikTok. We don't use it often. Um, and if you need to email us, sundayswimx@gmail.com.
Okay. And your next Sunday swim will be what time and where?
It's going to be at 12:15 at Robert Moses, Field 5. It's going to be the best day of our lives.
Very nice. All right. Well, thank you for listening to It Came from the Radio, and I hope you take care of your health today. See you later.